Hey everyone, and welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM WARA. You can call in at 508-222-1320. We have the Brockton Lady Boxers girls basketball team with head coach Barbara Enos and the two captains. You want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name's Nagazi. I am a senior captain on the girls basketball team.
I'm Nevaeh Madison. I'm a senior on the girls basketball team.
And I'm Barbara Enos. I'm the coach on the girls team.
All right, so we'll dive into
So
questions.
let's dive right into it. So first, I just want to know what made you guys get into basketball just to start.
So I think I started basketball in the 7th grade. I know that's pretty late for some people, but it was kind of like, hey, you're really tall. Why don't you try, catching a rebound and doing a putback or something like that? So I kind of just started in the 7th grade, and I've been playing ever since.
I've been going to my mom's basketball games ever since I was 4, and it was like, I'm going to play basketball. I want to be just like my mom. So that's what got me into basketball, and I have played ever since. I've went to almost every basketball game I can, and I just loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So your mom played for Brockton also?
She played for Massasoit. And
Really?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, her mom came in a couple years after I had graduated from Brockton High too. So I know her mom from playing and growing up playing basketball.
Wow.
And Coach, you said you played as well?
Yeah, kind of like Nagazi. I didn't start till later. And then Nevaeh started when she was little, but I was like Nagazi. I didn't start till later. My dad, he coached, so he coached at the church league in Brockton. That's way back. And he coached. I always did the book for him. And then he's like, I signed you up for Hancock League. And I said, okay, I'm playing. So ever since then, I played anywhere I could.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you guys we have a call already.
Oh, wow, we got a call, so... Hello, caller. You are first to appear on 4 Deep Sports Talk. Who am I speaking with?
This is Dominic. Am I appearing or am I talking?
Hey, Dom. How's it going?
What's happening? I want to make sure I can tell the coach I want to apologize for not making it. I had a personal matter.
Oh my God, don't apologize.
But I just wanted to say, girls, I don't know if the girls are listening. I just want to say, I thought you guys played one heck of a game last night. And Nevaeh, you got robbed on some of those fouls.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I was trying to keep it neutral doing the broadcast last night. But 3 referees, you figured one of them would get a better angle.
Yeah.
But I thought overall, you guys played probably one of the best teams in the state, and you guys went toe to toe with them, and just and they stuck with that defense, and and that defense worked when it came down to crunch time.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Last night was a game. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're looking, forward into our next games, and we're looking forward to versing them again because we really think that team was beatable, and we know the team we are today and the team we are now, and we're totally capable of coming back and having a great season.
Yeah, I think in our first half we played really good. Durfee was a team that came in undefeated. They're very confident, but our first half I thought was great. Then we kind of, it's hard to keep the intensity all 4 quarters, and once we have our first half, once we put the second half with the first half, we're going to be fine. But like Nagazi said, we have a big week coming up, and we're really excited to kind of go with what we need to work on, and then we go to the next game.
I get one more question before I go, and I just want to know, how does Nevaeh feel that Tajay is your little sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel bad when she shows you up on the court like that?
I'm pretty used to it. I've been playing with her since I was 5 and she was 4, and at this point, it's It's whoever has the better game.
I think they play off each other so well though.
Yeah.
Like they're two different players, but they complement each other so well. And I gotta give it to them. It's hard to be with your sister or a sibling or a parent all the time, and they're with each other at school and on the court. But they do a really good job because I've had like siblings in the past before, and I'm just impressed. Like, not to be like, oh my God, my sister's like getting me aggravated, but they don't. They just work together so well, and I love that. It's special to play with your sibling, and you're always gonna have that.
I just want to end. I'll see you guys on Tuesday against BR.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Thank you for always supporting us.
We try, and we think you two captains bring out the best in those junior players because I can tell that they're trying to step up to your emotion, your hard work, and it's a compliment. And then, Coach, the way you swung this team around. I mean, Coach Thatcher was a good coach in her own right, but unfortunately, she didn't get the breaks and the maturity of the kids and all that goes with playing Division I high school basketball. But with that being said, you've done a great job, and really we're looking forward to seeing you guys play on Tuesday. And have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
And thanks for the call, Dom.
And that was our fearless leader, Dominic Damiano. I just want to extend on behalf of 4 Deep Sports Talk our condolences to Nate Rollins. Nate Rollins is he is a sports beat writer for our team. He's out there covering what league is it? Is it the Patriot League or Hockomock? I want to say it's Patriot, but I'm not sure. But anyway, his grandfather had passed last week, and so that's where Dom is. So on behalf of 4 Deep Sports Talk, our condolences to Nate Rollins. Nate is also a freelance sports journalist for Whitman Hanson Express, and he was a former sports producer at WHDH in Boston. So I know he just got promoted, and so we're very, very excited for him. So our condolences to Nate. All right.
So our next question. So, yeah, he mentioned BR for next Tuesday. So, like, how has it been, like, being – because I know Brockton used to be the big three, and then they added they combined the Old Colony with – so, like, how's it been, like, having, like, BR and I think Dartmouth? Yeah, in the league. So how's it been with that?
So I only knew it as the Big Three. When I played for Brockton High, it was us and New Bedford and Dartmouth. So our league was so small. We played them all the time. We knew their players back and front. But now that we have a bigger league, I think that's better because it gives us more experience down the line and to see different teams. And we're not just playing the same teams over and over again. We used to have to travel. My God, we would go to Wachusett to get games because it was hard to get games
like
back in the day.
Leominster or something like that.
So now, since we have a bigger league, I think it gives us different looks, and that gets us ready for facing, other teams, especially when we think about going into the tournament and everything. We have different looks of different types of players.
Were you guys, like, familiar, like, with BR, like, prior to them, like, joining the league before?
I didn't really attend high school. Like, I didn't know, like, that it was just a Big Three. Like, when I came into high school, it's always been those 4 teams or, like, all 5 of us in that tournament. And we always verse each other for, like, it was that way for volleyball, it was that way for basketball, that way with track. So I didn't really see, like, a difference or a change in it because I wasn't there, before when it was just 3 teams in that league.
And make sure you have your, like, mouth close to the mic that way you could hear you better.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I played AAU and travel basketball, so I was really familiar with the girls. Like, I know of them, and I know how they play, so it wasn't really much of a difference.
Much of a jump or anything like that. Did you want to get your first question?
Sure. What's the current season of basketball been like?
I think we've been doing good. We've reached we're 4-3 now. For me, it's all about getting to the tournament, and we have our plan to get there, and I think we've been doing a really good job. We've been playing really hard teams. Our first couple teams we played are right in the top 10 with Pentucket and Weymouth. They were already ranked really high, and every game we've had, we've been right there. And the thing I love about this team is that we have great defense, and if we get down a couple points, it's okay. We're gonna make it back somehow. And like, my biggest thing with them is that like we'll never say die. We're never gonna like roll over and make it easy for a team. We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna find something new, and we're just gonna keep at them. And I think that's been the thing that I've loved about these guys so far.
Yeah, I feel like it's a really different atmosphere than last year, because last year it was kind of just like going to games like, oh, like this is a really tough team. I don't think we're really going to do that good, or like have that same energy from the beginning. But this year, even if we were down like 1 to 2 points or a couple of points, we never let the gap like exceed or like get away from us in a sense. We would always bring it back, whether it was in the fourth quarter or third quarter. We would always get back, and we never just like stopped trying. We would literally try to the last point, to the last second, to the end. And I really like that about our team this year, and I hope we continue to do that.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you, Coach. So you were playing. Oh, we actually have 37 seconds left.
Oh, okay. So why don't we hold that question for when we come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to
take our first break.
Yeah, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, I'm going to dive into my first questions for the team. So if you want to call in and ask our guests questions, you can call in at 508-222-1320. That is 508-222-1320. And make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel. It is 4 Deep Sports Talk. We'll be right back with more with the Brockton Lady Boxers right after these messages. Hello and welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at 1320 AM WARA. We are continuing to highlight the Brockton Lady Boxers girls basketball coach. And I am going to dive into my first question. So my first question is for you, Coach. How does it feel being back at your alma mater as a head coach since you've been a player there?
I absolutely love it. I don't think the girls realize like how much Brockton means to me. I think they'll see tomorrow. We have our alumni practice tomorrow, and I all my best friends, my wedding party, every girl in my wedding party was my Brockton High School basketball teammate. That's just where I have my best basketball memories from Brockton High.
Mm-hmm.
We did very well too. We made it to the tournament every single year and made it to state championship 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. Made it to the Fleet Center every single year I was there. I just had the best memories there, and I would come back and watch the games, but nothing is like even going down to the locker room, like finding my old locker, being there and just remembering. I had such great memories of my coach. I just thought the world of him, Coach Brennan, and I just loved it. And I just love being a part of it. It was my always like my coaching goal, and I always wanted to make sure it was the right time for my family, right time that I felt like basketball-wise and experience-wise I was ready for it. The job had come up years prior, but I just didn't feel like ready for it. I didn't want to come in and not be at the point where I thought I was ready for it, which I felt like I was now. Yeah. So I just love it.
Yeah, and as I turned all the mics on, and I realized that mine was still off, so I turned mine on, so that was...
We can edit that right out.
Yeah, that was a little embarrassing. So what, did you learn so much about coming back to Brockton, like, as a coach from being a player?
So I think I've taken experiences, well, a huge chunk of I talked about my dad. I learned first from him. He was my first coach, and I would watch him as a coach, and then I just picked up from him. And then Mr. Brennan, Coach Stapleton, they were huge parts at Brockton High. And then going over to Stonehill College, Coach Brown was an excellent X's and O's coach. She was a wealth of knowledge. And then for the past years, after college, I went over to BR. When we talk about BR, I was the JV coach there under Nicole Orlando. And I was with her at BR and then again at Notre Dame Hingham. That's where I've been the last couple of years before Brockton. And just picking up from her, I feel like the early part was about the basketball, and then with her, learning so much basketball from her, but also learning it's not just about the basketball, it's about making it an experience, because I don't know if every girl, like these girls are really lucky that they are going to play sports in college, but that might not be the case for every single player. I hope my goal is to have that be the case for every single player, and we'll find a place for every player to play. But if this is the end for them basketball-wise, I want to make sure they look back on their Brockton High experience as a positive experience, that they remember the friendships. They don't just remember the games we want to win, but they remember they had fun. They had practices, and even when things got tough, we learned from it, whether they learn basketball-wise or whether they're like life lessons or whether just honing in friendships. Because I think those friendships, like, they end up being your family, really.
Do you have any more questions, or?
Did you want to go first? Or did you have any?
I just have a few.
Yeah.
Just going off on Coach's life lessons and that type of thing. So, girls, what have you learned during your career here at Brockton?
Like Coach was saying, it's really been such a family and experience and learning situations, because even before this season started, I was having this little conflict with myself, do I want to play club volleyball in the winter, or do I want to play basketball, even though knowing it's going to be my final year of playing basketball, because volleyball is my main sport. And I was having such a conflict. I was I don't know which one I want to do, because I love my basketball team. The energy there is just so fun, but I also want to better my skill for when I do play volleyball in college. And I did end up, after a lot of conversations with different people and factoring different elements, I did choose to play basketball, because these girls really are my family, and they know I have so much fun with them, and they've taught me so much over the year about working together and really doing your part, because in order to win a game, there's so many elements and parts that go into it, and everybody has to be on the same page. No basketball team just without that friendship or that bond with each other, it's going to be a great team. You know, you can't play by yourself. Yeah, there might be those few star players that have a little more points than some other people do, but it's still a family, and everybody's part matters, and it counts whether you're just doing this or that, and that's really what basketball's taught me. Yeah.
That's awesome. And the support is there, right?
Yeah.
Brockton and I, the whole team, like, we're all, like, family. Like, we all see each other as family. We always talk about stuff. Going off what Nagaji said, our energy is just what brings us all together. We're all just alike. Like, we're all different people, but we're alike. And that's what I love. Like, we're not all the closest, but some way, somehow, we always end up with each other. Like, in school, out of school, at practice, outside of practice, like, we always want to do something. And that's what, like, I feel a team is. Like, a team isn't just people who just play together and just don't talk. Like, there has to be some type of connection. Like, you don't have to love each other or this, but you have to have that bond, because it all comes on the court. Like, the court the play on, like, it's always something.
Like basketball's that common thread between
Yes.
all of you. You guys love it so much.
And we've all been, I've been playing with the same girls my whole life.
Wow.
My mom was my coach, and we played the boxers, the lady ballers, and then we all just, I moved to a different team. We all went.
Wow.
Well, some people. She was
No,
she was working.
Yeah, no, I was playing volleyball when
Yeah,
I did,
she
like,
was
fall
working.
AAU.
But there was a good group of us who decided to drive down to Rhode Island every couple of days and go play for a new AAU team and travel to get better looks for colleges. Like, we all just want the same thing, and we all work for it at the same pace.
So both of you are captains. You're going on to play in college. What are your future plans?
Right now I'm still thinking about what college I want to go to, but I definitely do want to go to college. But the only thing with me is what do I want to go to college for? I know I want to go study criminal justice, but I also play softball, and I'm really good at softball, so it's like, what am I going to do? And right after I get out of basketball season, that's when I go right into softball season, and then that's more coaches. And at this point, it's whatever college offers the best. So, and I really have to wait, because I can't just accept a school now for one sport and not the other.
Right. A lot of decisions, huh?
Yeah. For me this year, volleyball's always been, like, my main sport, and it's like, you know, that's really what I want to do and continue in college. So I am, like, doing that. I have an offer from a school which I'm waiting to sign on. I'm just waiting, you know, for my parents to give me the green light, and I'm like, I'm there. I'm good. Yeah.
And where?
It's actually in Delaware. It's called Goley Beacom College in Delaware. And it's D2, which is, you know, that's pretty good for me, and, like, knowing where I stand. And I've been talking and in contact with the coaches for a minute now. And, yeah, I really like the environment, the campus, and only thing I really need to decide on is, like, my major, because that's one thing. Like, I might be sports managing, but, like, I'm really good at, like, math and sciences, so I really want to go into a field with that, or, like, that, like, orientates around that. And that's basically my plan after high school.
Well, good for you.
Nice.
Good for you.
I love the
that's
options
awesome.
that they have.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's incredible. So you'll be able to take all your experiences and everything from Brockton. What are you leaving behind to the other players on the team as a legacy, so to speak?
I feel that we've been friends for so long, we're not really leaving anything behind. Like, I know we don't have to talk every day, just, like, still be like, oh, we're not friends anymore, we don't talk. Like, I just know the girls that I talk to, the connection's going to be there whether we talk every day, every month. Like, I just know that the girls will never just be like, oh. Like, I know when I go to college, I'm not going far. I don't want to go far. I just know myself. I have to stay close. But no matter how much I don't want to be here, I do. Like, I love my team. I love every single person on the team. It's just that bond we've created that we don't have to just be like, dang, she really left us. But I'm not really going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't really feel like we're leaving, like, a hole in our team, in a sense. Like, I feel like everybody on the team, or at least the juniors now, they always have something to bring, like all of them have something to like to bring to the table for next year, and like we all push each other in practice. It's like, oh, this game you got that many rebounds, next game I'm gonna try and top you, and we're like, it's like friendly competition to be better with each other and to better our team as a whole. So I really feel like they have that same energy, and they're gonna bring that same energy next year too, especially with our
awesome.
coach this year.
There you go, right? Testament to the coach. And with that, we are going to take our second break.
We have like 1 minute left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask Coach.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, how do you prepare your team for games?
So I try to make sure, like, because I'm a teacher too, like all different learners are like, so we do film before. So if like you're a visual learner, you get to see the other team, because I need to see. I always felt more comfortable if I knew going into a game what I was looking for, especially as a defender, because that wasn't my cup of tea, was defense. But so I always wanted to make sure that I'm making sure that we know our opponent, that we watch film, we kind of break it down, what is each player, what are their strengths, and then we take that and we apply that into practice. So the day before the game, we do film, we do practice based on the film, and then we adjust our defenses and our offenses according to that. So we kind of break it down, film, and then break down the players, and then go into our practice.
Nice.
All right, awesome. So we're going to take our next break. You can call us at 508-222-1320 and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is 4 Deep Sports Talk. We'll be right back with the Brockton Lady Boxers right after these messages.
Welcome back, everyone. You were listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk. You're on the board right now, Joe. We got KC. We got our sports master, Justin. We got our paparazzi, Lucy. And we have the Brockton Boxers lady basketball team. So we were just in the middle of discussing their basketball season. We could start with our sports master with his next question.
Okay. So what happens in preparation for a game, aside from seeing film of opponents, of course?
So we'll talk about offensively, I know in the next one coming up, we're going to put in some new press breaks. We're going to put in some new offenses, some new zone offenses. So everything, after we watch our film, everything is based on what they're going to do and what we need to improve on. Most oftentimes, because I was a shooter back in the day, I like to do a lot of shooting the day before a practice and not do as much 5-on-5, so we're not going heavy on our legs. But it's just a lot of repetition, and we always talk about how our energy the day before really carries over into practice. So that's very important to me that we have good energy, because I feel like every coach I ever had said, whatever you do today is going to happen tomorrow, and I feel like I'm constantly saying that to the girls. So we just talk about not only with the X's and O's, just having really good energy, because that's going to carry over to the next day.
Yeah, so what's been the best parts of the season so far?
The best parts for me have been just the girls, like just getting to know the girls, because I'm like, that was me back in the day. So getting to know the girls and just I just like how Neve was talking, that she's been playing forever. She's been playing for the same group of girls, is just getting like, they love basketball as much as I do. I really love it. That's like my date night with my husband. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go play basketball, and that's just been a part of my life, all of my life. So they love it as much as I do, and just to see, like, to go back and that was me as a player. That's been probably my favorite part, and just I love the games. I love like the competition, and I love to win. And if we don't win, that's okay. We're gonna move on to the next one. But I just love the competition of it.
Competitive sport.
Yeah.
Very.
I think my favorite thing is like the team bonding. Like we had like a little bowling, like little day thing we did with the boys team and the girls team, and we're all competitive as usual. We're like, oh no, the girls are gonna win, or the boys are gonna win, or you're like, competing in your group, like who's gonna get the highest points. And then every Sunday morning, like of a practice, we'll have a little like brunch together before we start practice with like little oranges, like granola bars or bagels, and we just sit around and talk about like our day, our week, what we're doing after practice. And those little things of like team bonding and stuff really makes the team, and it's so fun. And yeah, like one of those moments that you're really gonna remember after basketball.
Do you get support from the boys?
Yes, we do, but like it's also competitive talk.
Yeah,
Like,
it's mostly
we be playing around, but like they know that we like want them to win, but they do the same thing to
Yeah.
us. Like it's just what we've been doing for all the years. Like
Yeah.
even like the other people from like wrestling, or like they do the same thing, like
Mhm.
because wrestling's in the same season as us.
Yeah.
So we all of us just have that like sports bond. Like I hope you guys win. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Right.
we all do it.
And I remember back in the day, as much as you used to like give each other a hard time, if one of the teams made the tournament, you were going to that game and you were cheering as loud as possible. And I remember going to the boys tournament games, and just it was like I was playing too. And so as much as like you give them a hard time, you're supporting them.
Yeah, all the way.
And shout out to the boys coach, Manny DeBarros. He is such a good guy, and he's just awesome. I just love his energy, and I think I was a little nervous leaving my friend Nikki Orlando that I've been coaching with for a long time, but having Manny there and just bouncing ideas off of him and seeing, the things he has going with the boys, like he's an awesome partner to have.
Yeah. There's
Quite a bit.
Yeah, there can be a little bit of trash talking, but we all just want each other.
Yeah.
Both teams want each other to win, and it's like you have like we are friends with the boys team. My brother's on the boys team, so after games, like both of us versus Derby yesterday, we'll both talk about what we did, the points we had, the rebounds we had, what we can do to be better, prepare for the next game. Like, and when we are at each other's games, like when we don't have a game on the same day, we're supporting each other. Like my brother will be like next to the bench, or like come here. What you need to do is this, and I'm the same way. Like you gotta go up strong. Like just having that support from the other team is like really helpful, and just trying to be better as a whole program.
That's awesome.
I actually wanted to ask you girls, what are your team rituals?
We don't really have one, but what we do have is like the energy in the locker room. When it's third quarter for the JV game, we go down to the locker room, talk to the coach, and then the coach leaves, and that's our time to scream, get all the energy out, and help the other girls gain their energy. Because there are some shy girls, but we gonna get them to the room. So we just we usually like either sing a song or dance, TikToks. Like we always do something or we just eat. And like that's what we like to do. We like to eat. But yeah, we also just we just cheer before the game, and then when we go out for warm ups, we're still cheering. We act how we want to win in the game. Like if we're loud in the locker room, then we're gonna be loud playing. So that's just where we come from.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I actually also wanted to ask. It's not on one of my questions. What songs do you guys like to hear while you're warming up? What are your favorite songs?
Very like high energy, like hip hop. We finally they let us play our playlist yesterday at the start of the game. Usually, Kara likes to put on his own mix, but they let us do our own playlist, and it's kind of just high, hard hip hop, or clean though. It's gonna be clean, appropriate,
Yeah, very appropriate.
Yeah, and yeah, just to get the energy up high, we're already flowing and dancing.
Yeah,
along
mainly
in the
TikTok
dance line.
songs. The TikTok songs is what it gets us. We gonna dance, but we gonna practice still.
Yeah,
but it's just getting our energy up. So everything around this whole team just involves energy. If you have the energy, we're gonna do what we have to do regardless.
Yeah, if the energy starts off low, or the energy starts off bad, from one person, it's gonna throw everybody else off, or at least alter it a little bit. So we have to get everybody high energy and on the same page, and we'll all be good. We'll all be straight.
All right, so my next one, I didn't even ask you, what positions do you guys play?
I play the 5. I play a center. Yeah, I am the tallest, or one of the tallest girls on the team. I'm 5'10", so that's really what I do. I do the jump ball in the beginning, and I'm mostly in the paint, doing the work, getting the rebounds and stuff like that.
Me, I could do anything. Wherever coach tells me to go, I go. Honestly, I can get a rebound. I can box out. I can shoot. I can dribble the ball. It's just
so you're just a floater.
She's Nevaeh's I was the 3-point shooter, and then sometimes I would be the small forward. So it's kind of but like Nevaeh said, if she needs to bring up the ball, she's bringing up the ball. If she needs to grab the board, she's grabbing the board.
Playmaker.
The utility player. She's just
Nice.
everywhere.
Nice.
So what are your strengths and weaknesses, or things you want to you think you're strong at, and then things you want to work on your game?
I think my strength is definitely rebounding. I do get a lot of rebounds in a game, because I think it's more about timing, and I get that timing from volleyball, knowing when to transition back into your your footwork and then approach to get the ball. I get that timing from volleyball, and that's what really helps me on my boards. I think what I need to work on, though, is getting my points up to where my rebounds are, because I could have 15, 17, 20 rebounds and then have 5-6 points, mostly from putbacks and stuff. So I would think I need to work on being stronger in the paint, and not so worried to put the ball down first before going up. And yeah, that's really what I need to work on, my points.
One of my strengths is being loud and being able to see the court. If I know, for example, if I know we need to score, I'm gonna make something happen. I'm one of those we have to score, so we're gonna score. Whether if I'm on the bench, then I'm getting the bench to be loud. The people on the court, we need your energy, and the people on the bench, they just be oh, what's the point? The point is we need you. But my weakness is my mouth. Yeah, when last night is a very good example. The refs were not calling anything. I was basically getting bullied, but I was talking a lot. I need to stop, because there's people in the stands I don't know who's out there. So if there's a college coach out there and I'm just talking to the refs, I need to stop.
What would you say, like, even for you, Coach, like strengths, weaknesses, like in terms of like your knowledge of the game and stuff?
I'm bad. I feel like I can tell you all my weaknesses. I feel like I need to, like, after our game last night, I was like, I didn't put up in enough zone offenses. Like, that's the first thing I went to. Like, I always go back to, did I call the timeouts at the right time, or did I switch up the defenses to the right time? Like, I'm always asking the JV coach, who's awesome, Adam Dakers. I'm like, what do I need to go in now? What do I need to switch up? And I feel like I need to, I need more. I feel like I don't want to overwhelm the girls, but I feel like I need to put in more offenses. I just, after the game, that's when I, like, kind of, you criticize, you do, like, yourself, like anybody. You just feel like you need to switch it up or find new things, and we'll get there. I'll do my research, and we'll figure out what we need.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we have about 30 seconds before our next break.
Our last break, actually.
Last break. So you were listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk. Please give us a call at 508-222-1320. We are with the Brockton Lady Boxers for the basketball team. Please give us a call.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is 4 Deep Sports Talk.
Got to get that YouTube channel. Please give us a call. Again, 508-222-1320. We will be right back.
Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk. We have Jocelia on the board here, learning how to answer phone calls. I hope we still have them, do we?
Yeah.
Excellent. So we had a couple calls come in during the break. We are in studio with here at WARA 1320 with the Lady Boxers from Brockton. And we're just highlighting, their career over at Brockton High and how the season is going. And why don't we take these first two calls?
All right, you were listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk. May I ask who was calling?
Well, actually, I've been a Lady Boxer super fan for quite a while now, and just wanted to ask the coach what her greatest basketball experience has been at Brockton High in her career?
Dad, you know what that is. That's when we won the state championship at my junior year. I remember we had 8 girls go play college basketball.
Wow.
Every single senior went to go play. It was insane. That team was unbelievable. So I remember she was unbelievable. Shantae Bonds, who is an amazing athlete. She's a football player now. She's just amazing.
Wow.
So she fouled out, and everybody's faces just completely dropped. And Coach Brennan looks at me and goes, "Barbara, you're going in." And we were down by 2. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going into the state championship game. We're down. And I remember they called a play for me. I ran the baseline, got a screen from Chrissy Griffin, who was like the best screen setter of all time. And I shot a 3, and it got us up to win the game. And
buzzer beater?
We had a little bit of time left. I think they got a possession back. And we won. And it was insane. And I just remember looking up into the crowd, and all of our families were staring at us. And I remember I was crying. It was like the best experience of all time. It was just amazing.
Wow.
Buzzer beater.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you have any other questions, caller?
Yeah, just to the captains, can you name your teammates and what you like most about them? And just want to let you go and love the team. Good luck.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so all of my teammates are great. Fenora, she's a really loud, hard worker in practice, on the bench. Like, there's never a time I have to tell her, like, cheer for the team. Like, come on. But she's always doing it and already doing it. Then there's Lucy. She's quiet, but she's also a hustler. Like, she can run really fast.
Yes, she can.
Like, she's not big on it. She is very fast. Then there's Nevaeh King, one of them. She's a silent bucket. Like, when she's on, she's on. There's no telling her no. Like, she's on. And she's a very motivational, like, she's a motivational player. Like, yesterday I had probably one of the worst games. None of my shots were falling, but she was the one telling me they will fall. Just keep your head up. Like, she was just telling me what to do, and I was listening to her, even though it was hard because I was already in a bad mood. But, like, she's just a great teammate. I've had her for so many years. And then there's my sister. She's great on defense. Like, that's the one thing I don't have, the defense. But when she plays defense, like, she gets us to where we need to be. She's one of the people who, like, when we versus Dartmouth, if we didn't have that defense, I don't know what we would have done. But she's really good. She works really hard in practice. She goofs a lot, but
she's got
better
energy.
Yeah,
like her energy.
It works in the game. But then there's Jalissa. She's a hard worker. She keeps her head up at all times. When she's doing bad in practice, she'll stop, fix herself, and then she'll get back to doing what she has to do. She's a hard worker. We all know, like, she's been working on getting on varsity. She finally got on varsity, and now she's, like, in practice, she's showing us that, like, she wants to be here. And there's not a lot of people who do that, and I just don't know where to find another Jalissa. And then Ashaya, she's the freshman. Like, I've known her since she was a baby. I played with her sister my whole life. But seeing Ashaya come to Brockton High and try out for basketball, she's nervous. She's a freshman. She's like, oh, I just want to play on. I'm like, no. You're going to do perfectly fine on varsity with us. As long as you work hard, use your mouth, you'll be perfectly fine. And that's what she did. She made varsity. I was so happy for her. Like, I don't know. I was just like, my heart was racing for her. I was like, you made varsity. Like,
oh,
and
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah, and when we're in the game, like, I'm like, you're the point guard tonight. All eyes are on you. And she's like, I know. And I'm like, but you got this. Like, yesterday she scored the first 5 points. And I'm like, look at you. You're already going. And in warm-up, she was not hitting her shots. I'm like, this is just warm-ups. Wait for the game. Like, me and her, we're always, like, doing TikToks together. Like, me and Ashai, we have a bond. Like, that bond since we were both little. But, like, she has many more years to come, and I just feel like she can do it. Like, I have so much faith in her.
Mm-hmm. And there's Sonali. Sonali is our double queen. She's getting in double digits in both points and rebounds. She's a great power forward. Like, she's just so loud, so energetic. She brings great energy, always to want to snap everybody back into their head. Like, she's so great. And then there's Asada. Asada's our other big man. She's our other center. She is just so, like, boastful, long. She's always giving me a tough time in practice. You know, that's the one girl, like, you can always, you can always go neck and neck with. She wants to be better. She is getting better. And it's just great. Shania is another, like, you know, little point guard. She's so shy, but so quiet, but she's so powerful. She has great ball handling. She gonna mix anybody with her little dribble. Yeah,
Her little up fake.
yeah, and she's always giving great advice, little things that you can fix to make the team better, or to make you better as a person, and that's just great. And then there's Ava. Ava is also another big. Ava is very skilled. She's great in the paint. She's just so nice, and she's always ready to go in the game at any time and put in the work and put in her points, and it's really great, her coming off the bench. And then there's our team manager, Ashley. She wasn't able to play with us this year, unfortunately, because she tore her ACL, but she's right there with the team, and she just brings so much energy, getting our points, and, like, you know, writing down our points, and she's a great team manager, and we love her.
Nice. Is there any other questions, caller?
No, all set. Just good luck, Lady Boxers.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
call.
Thank you.
And shout out to the coaches.
The first call,
This
yeah.
one? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right, you are on the air listening to 4D Sports Talk. May I ask who is calling? Oh, is the line on? Oh, did I hang up? I don't think I did.
Dun, dun, dun.
Little technical difficulties.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
yeah, she just
We had
flashed
another
it up.
caller on the line.
Yeah, she said they hung
Maybe
up.
they hung up.
Yeah, maybe
Caller,
they did.
if you can call back in, that would be great.
Um,
If it's this or-
all right, well, until then, did you guys have any other questions that you wanted to ask them? Well, you did want to shout out a couple coaches.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wanted to talk about the
Oopsies.
coaching staff that we have. Like I said, the JV coach, Coach J. What I love about all the coaching staff is that. Did she call back?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
the
our
caller's back.
Go ahead.
You were listening to 4D Sports Talk. May I ask who is calling? Still nothing. You are on the air.
Is the mic up?
Yeah, the mic's up.
Phone's up.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't hear it. On there. Can you hear us? We can't hear them.
No?
Nothing.
That's
Hmm.
odd.
Oh.
Try that one.
You were listening to 4D Sports Talk. May I ask who is calling? Still nothing. Oh, there's like a couple other callers.
Oh, you have to press this.
Hi, you're listening to 4D Sports Talk. May I ask who is calling?
Hey, this is Nevaeh's mom.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. No, this is Nevaeh and Tajaya's mom.
oh, nice. Did you have any questions for us?
Well, I didn't have a question. I just had a comment. I just wanted to let them know that they're doing a very good job. That they're I'm very proud of them, and that I just want them to keep going.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Mom.
Thank you very much for the call.
I'm watching it and trying to talk at the same time. So I just want them to know, like, you guys are doing a great job, Barbara.
Oh my, that's my sister.
But just Barbara, you're doing an excellent job. Like, you guys have come such a long way. You guys have stayed through the journey, and now you guys got Barbara as a leader, which is huge. So it's just like I'm still like in shock of all the accomplishments they've had thus far. I want them to know that everybody's still watching, and the season's not over yet. So we all got your back, and we're all gonna be there with you guys on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call.
No problem.
All right, I think that was all the calls. Did we have another one on?
I don't think so. I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so.
You hang up.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
And we were going to do a shout out to all the coaches.
So coming in, it was important to me that, and I love that every single person on the coaching staff is a former Brockton athlete. Wow. 3 of the 4 are lady boxers, basketball players. So my JV coach, Adam Dakers, he's kind of like jack of all trades. He coaches everything at Brockton High. And he works there, and he just gets Brockton High. He's went there, teaches there. I love it.
He's a floor teacher.
He's and he knows all the girls, and he like kind of checks out for them. Texts me sometimes
Especially
if something's going the wrong way. So I love that he has such a great connection with the girls. Our freshman coach, Nadia Montero, former lady boxer. I love her energy. I love how she's working with the younger players, and she's kind of like the first step into our program, which I love that she's there. And as soon as I got the job, Jaylani was my first call. Jaylani Jackson is the most recent 1,000-point scorer at Brockton High. Wow. She is amazing. She's an awesome basketball player, and I feel like she brings the guard aspect to the game and especially with the point guards. And I just thought that she's just such a wealth of knowledge, and she gets it. She was just there in their shoes, and that was important to me that we had people. I was really happy with how everybody kind of came together. It's like, it seems like the perfect combination of people. And I just love that it's former players, not just of lady boxers, but of the high school. So I just love that. And I'm grateful for them.
Awesome. Well, we have just run out of time. So thank you very much to the Brockton Boxers for coming in. We wish you guys the best for the rest of your season. We will be cheering on for you. We will definitely tune in for you guys watching your games.
Thanks. And I really love when Dominic covers the
yeah,
games. And
absolutely.
one of the things I asked him to do was, at halftime, I saw this thing one time. Can you go into the stands and ask the question? He's like, I don't really want to do that. But he does it, and it's the cutest thing ever. And he always asks my mom.
Shout out to Dom.
A couple of games ago. And
That's
I just
awesome.
think that's like the cutest thing. It gets all the fans involved. Like,
Sure.
We talk about
Yeah,
it's a big
and
family,
we haven't
so.
really gotten any fans over the years, but like this is probably like the one year that we have like more fans. The boys always get the fans, but now that we're doing good, for the first time in a long time, we're getting as much fans. So I think
awesome.
that was
That's
good
awesome.
to do.
And that's what we're here for. So 4 Deep Sports Talk would love to congratulate you and coming
Thanks for
on in
having us.
again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks. You
We'll
guys
have
did a
you
great
back in
job.
studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
great
did.
job, girls.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for listening to 4D Sports Talk. We will be here next week. You can please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're listening to WARA 1320 4D Sports Talk. We will see you next week.